God will surely bless you. God will surely bless you, guys. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. I just come back today and I need I can just make some references to most of what I discuss on this platform. You know, the reason why I'm doing this is not to fake anybody. We are making it clear the way I am, who I am, the world, the way I see things. That's the way I say. I may be wrong or right, but I tell you, most of the time, I'm always right. But it takes time to know if I'm right or wrong, not what we see, because I don't live by what I see, and I don't live by what I say. At times, I live by Holy Ghost. I live by Holy Ghost. I live by the direction of God. That is why I'm here, and we are here to solve problem. We are here to solve problem. Can you see now? Can you see? In my music, one of my music, one of my music, I mention it in Yoruba language. Kágbà fọlọ́run ìsinmi ni, àìgbà fọlọ́run o ìyọnu ni. Kádàrá kò ṣe kọ́lá ìgbà, kádàrá ò ṣe bínú sí. Kádàrá kò ṣe kọ́lá ìgbà, kádàrá kò ṣe bínú sí. Kágbà fọlọ́run o ìyọ ìsinmi ni. Àìgbà fọlọ́run o ìyọnu ni. That is call and response. We call it call and response. Kágbà fọlọ́run o ìsinmi ni. When I was passing through something in my life, that was 15 years ago. That was when God gave me that music. And I passed through it fluently and smoothly. I don't have any regret about what I passed through because that music made me whole. Kagba for long, that means accepting your faith at times, accepting, appreciating who you are at that present time makes you to look forward and to focus on what you want to be. Don't look at anybody. Don't focus on anybody. Focus on your own potentials. That is what can get you into the next essentials in life. But if you don't focus on your potential, you don't appreciate who you are. You don't appreciate you are still alive. Who do you think you can still work towards it? I mean, you can. Which grades do you think you have? You don't have anything. This is why I sing that song. Kágbà fọlọ́run, ah, ìsinmi ni. Àìgbà fọlọ́run o ìyọnu ni. Kágbà fọlọ́run ìsinmi ni. Àìgbà fọlọ́run o ìyọnu ni. Kádàrá kò ṣe kọ́lá ìgbà, kádàrá ò ṣe bínú sí. Kádàrá kò ṣe kọ́lá ìgbà, kádàrá kò ṣe bínú sí. That is the guitar, but unfortunately I don't have my guitar now. I left my guitar back in my Nigeria. That is what I used in. I used to play that music all along. You know the reason why I'm making that music? There are some people, they are discussing something today. The revelation that just came in from what Obi make mention to Baba Oyedepo. And it look at times so unfortunate at times to see politicians going to churches and going to mosque and going to Balawos. I've told you, God is not necessarily behind all those things. That is what we did yesterday. The three things that God and gods don't normally favor people on. First thing is tete, game, tete, lotto. Then the third one is politician, Oshelu. Those three things. God is so marvelous, but He doesn't like to dabble His hand and give you revelation about that. If God say you are going to be king, or He can say you are going to be king, but He will never tell you. Have you ever seen in the Bible that somebody is going to be president? There's nothing like president. It is the Western way. That is why I say education is a scam to you. It's the Western knowledge. We go blow up by communism. What is communism and socialism? But when Western knowledge come, we begin to president, prime minister. Choose God choose king and the prime minister. That is why UK is okay because they use prime minister and they use king. Somebody have to respect it. You have to give somebody respect. The values and the cultures of the people must be defended. Why am I saying this? I told you Obi will never become president again in Nigeria because I advised then. One of my advice then is that Obi should listen to me. That he should not fight for anything, no matter what. If you want to serve people, if you want to serve me, that's what I do. If you want to serve me, it's not compulsory. In all my team, in all the people I have, if I want to be your manager, it's not compulsory give me this thing, but I will tell you where you are going to be in the next also years. That is my ability. But if you say no me, then there's nothing I want to do about it. You don't like me, you don't follow me, then there's nothing. Jesus Christ said, "Oni kẹ́ má sunkún òun, ẹ dárò ẹ̀yin ẹ fúnra yín sọ̀kan." That's what Jesus Christ, the music, the word that came out of the Christ when he was about to die. That don't cry for me. Cry for yourself. Cry your own cry. You are talking about you want to go to court. And after court, do you later agree on become friends? You will never become friends. It's even advantageous for Atiku to go to court now than Obi. Now, Obi is even not hopeful of becoming president like Atiku. Atiku now is the best position to fight Tinubu, not you. And if Atiku is going to be there, you'll have to go on their way. They will never become part of Nigeria again. That is one thing. You'll have to go on their way. They will never become part of Nigeria, no matter, because I've told you the generals we are still ganging up. I don't know, maybe it's Atiku, maybe anybody, maybe all over the world. But the problem I have with Obi and obedience is that if you want to win a battle, you want to win a race, you don't function like you want to cause problem. You want to cause trouble. By doing that, you will lose what we call emotional intelligence. You will lose the favor of God and kings. And kings own their land. And they know how to appeal to their gods. So you are calling Baba Oyedepo. Thank God for the intelligence of that man, caliber of man. Like he should he should help you canvas Christian. I belong to winner. I belong to winner family. I said it even in the church in UK that Obi is not going to be the winner in the election. Because I am in winner family, I don't support stuff. And I said it to the people that nobody Babo Yedepo supported for this election. And the same thing Baba Adeboye. Because I always say into their mind that they don't support you. They may bless you, they may see it that you are going to become president one day, but may not be now. It may not be now. That is why everybody can go to pastor. I want to be something. I want to be a manager. I will go to him and say, you are going to be a manager. But it may not be now. It's me that will know the time because it's me that know the process I'm going because everything is all about process. I've told you the process I'm seeing, what God revealed to me 2 years after NSAS is about Tinubu becoming president. When you got the pain, you get the gain. Everybody, you know how many people died during NSAS? That is the sacrifice in Yoruba land. because we don't see blood. That's a lot of sacrifice. Now, the reason why Obi will not be president again is because he's using Christianity against the secular state, which is preaching against what he's saying. You don't use Christianity before. You see people like Adeyemi Alaafin Oyo sell the land for the Christian and Muslim, for the church, give the land for the Methodist and for the all the church, the Catholic. Their fathers know how they give all the land to the people. The same thing, my own father in my own Osun state, my father gave the land to this and some churches there. So we know when the church we are growing up, we belong to the church. The reason why I like him is that whenever you are fighting your battle and you see age in your side, you see time in your side, when you miss one train, you can still take another train. As long as you still have another train. Trains go, trains come. You want to serve people. You want to serve Nigeria. The only supporter you can have is Yorubas. Hausa will never support Igbo. The only one that is so forgiving is Yorubas. Yoruba is so forgiving because we are very objective. You know how many things Igbo have done to me in my life. But that doesn't mean that I don't still have so many Igbo friends and Ghanaian friends in this country. I don't care what you do to me. I know Oshemi, Oshefunraini. Only do it to me, do it to yourself. What you do to me is what you do to yourself, because you are using your hand to make software for yourself, application for yourself, because I'm like a mirror. What you see about me is all about transparency. What you are doing to me, what you are shooting to me is about to yourself. You are facing yourself doing things. That is Christianity for you. So why am I saying this? Obi don't need to go to court. Obi don't need to do anything. Obi should wait and be patient till the time. Time tells if you are right or wrong. But people, why do politicians want to become suddenly politician? It's your right, it's your right. And if you want to prove what I'm saying that I'm wrong, go to your town. Go and do rally, Obi rally. With your police, with everything, you will not see people there. Go to Ogun State, you will not see that followers. Go to Abeokuta, you will not see that followers. Even go to Lagos State, you will not see that followers. And go to, okay, after you leave the western state of Nigeria, then go to north, you might not see that followers. It's only where you see Christianity that have been polarized that you can see all those followers. Because we like lies in Nigeria. We like lies, we like propaganda. Let me tell you something. Don't bastardize our pastor, because if we lose any soul by your way, the way you are doing things, and you make everybody lose faith in those fathers that you want to go and do something against, you will lose this art, you will lose everything. You will not gain anything again in this life. But do anybody law. And that's the problem with you. Don't bastardize the pastor by using them, by using their name because you want to win politics. They can pray for you, but don't use pastor, because it's paying me to see that my bishop, somebody is now rubbishing my bishop where I am. You think that they don't know what they are doing? They are just praying for you as a person, as individual. But boy, people just praying for you. But boy, people don't have interest in anybody. The same thing about Adeboye. I knew them very well. I can fetch to their mind. I know what they belong to, because it takes time before I begin to go to their church. I'm a CSC member before I started going to winners. You know how many times it take me? So if you are now bastardizing these people, you talking against people, now talking against them as if they were the one that committed this thing, especially in Europe here. And they don't know that you are wrong. All these people are emotional. You are like a woman when you go to them. You woman talk to pastor. Oh no, me, my husband beat me. What do pastor would do? Now to see that is wrong. Like I did a program, never beat a woman. No matter if you have slapped the man like 3 times and he give you a slap one time, You say your husband slap you, I will still back you as a woman. Obi is doing like a woman. Obi is doing like a woman that can be at times very, a woman is very attractive looking at them. But if they commit any offense, even in court, they will first declare not guilty until there is proven evidence against them. All the politicians. But the reason why Obi has so much like that is because you can see that Obi is the only one that used that religion, that used that name of God to get to where he's going, like unlike every other pastor. He used that religion, he used it properly. And the reason why Obi is so that it's like that is because he have seen that so many people they don't like Muslim. Yes, I don't like it. I don't like it. But who am I to say Muslim is not this thing? When all the Abrahamic family all over the world are coming together, reason together, go to UK, go to Europe, listen together. There is one God, and the only thing is the Jesus name that you don't want anybody to mention. This thing I hate with I so much hate with Muslim, because they don't believe that Jesus Christ is still coming back, which I believe is coming back. But that doesn't mean that I don't like Muslim, because they have the character, the nature of Christ. Hausa have the nature of Christ. The obedient and Yorubas have the nature of their own brain, their own mentality. That is why when Westerners, when the white people, the British want to leave us alone in Africa, wanted to leave us alone in Africa, they gave it to the Hausas. Those are those who think. Very good steward, very good obedient people, and very loyal. The white people, the British, like those who are loyal, no matter what. That is why they give it to Hausa. I asked you one day, why general? General are those who the British made at times. They may not be. General may be many. But general are those the British made. Who are the British made? Those the British made are the people trained in the military. You don't have military in Nigeria. Yoruba don't have military. What we have is Eruwewe. We have Esho ni àwọn bàbá tí wọ́n máa ń pè wọ́n Esho, Eruwewe, because you use them, you send them in errand, you use them to stay because you don't have doors. You don't have doors in your in the front of your house. What you use is human being to study, to stay in your front so that it can be your protocols. So when people begin to decide that they have all this military, all this stuff, God don't just kill. Gun kill people by the people who handle the gun. So we are killing ourselves by the way we are doing things. And it is very sad for me for you to use my pastors, those I believe so much, for election, because it doesn't make any sense. I've told you three things that God don't normally do is that God don't involve in politics, no matter what. You cannot pray to God that I want to become president. He will just be looking at you, because it's not in the... If you say you want to become king, you can pray to God. He can make you king. In Isaiah 60, he said, I will make you king, and your light shall never go down. You shall be a light of all nations. It doesn't mention I will make you president. And I look at all the Bible, I don't see president. Even the prime minister is there, not mentioned as the prime minister, but like a governor. But there is nothing like president. It's a Western scammed knowledge to use all these things, because let me tell you, I've told you, the kings that have died so many years are rising up, fighting against all what is happening in Africa and in Nigeria. And if you want to fight it, don't fight it with good people. It's the point that the spirit want to use that we use. So that is why I don't go against anybody that get there. And if they say it's Tinubu that will do it, that will make the path for you to be successful as will be unto Who am I to say Tinubu is not the right person? Am I a right person? If everybody don't have any of you that doesn't have bad and corrupted background? I know in my life I'm innocent, but I cannot prove that I'm that innocent. Financially, I may be innocent, but in any other way, I may not be innocent. Onitaban share àmì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ta ló lè dúró. That is why I made that music. That Kagba fọlọ́run ìsinmi ni, àìgbà fọlọ́run o ìyọnu ni. Tó bá gbà fọlọ́run, you will always see things coming. You see, this is why this thing, I didn't people to Waleni will be, I've been like this thing. Martini, high tension as things are going. You see that I don't even follow you guys talking that, this guy lose. Because God will show you, God will make a way where there seems to be no way. So you are looking at Obi as the way. How you God say that is not the way? What do you want to go and do? You are not using the pastors that have so many things to do than politics. Is a politics, do you think that if you don't pay Nikini here, do you think that that altar, you can just get there without editing, without changing your level? There is altar made in that place that will change you, that will watch you, turn you to another color. The only one that can remain innocent in that place is God and the person that God wants to use. That is why I tell you there is resurrection, there is revival. People can die and rise up. You can die in your own behavior, your old manner can die, and you still rise up and do good new things in the life. So you are now using the likes of Baba to prove your agenda to people. That is too long. You have to go for mercy of God so that you can become a president. You have to seek God for mercy, a lot of mercy. Because, I told you are going to become president last year. I said, let Tinubu go. You are going to become president. And you don't know why I'm saying that. You don't know that there is a God. You need to go to the God of mercy. Apostle Paul said that, let us come to the throne of mercy that we may obtain grace. You don't use pastor for politics. Don't go to pastor. You don't use pastor for politics. Honestly, you can use them to pray for you, but never tell them you want to become a politician and they use it together. But if you are using them and they become emotional, there's some pastor, they are very emotional. This is my son, this is my this thing, and they will be emotional about you, and you make them go wrong because they are like a child to God. And God said one thing in the Bible. You say, if any one of you make these children to go astray, Baba Oyedepo and Adeboye that you see are the children. That is why Baba Oyedepo will say, I never heard from my father. Is Baba Oyedepo never said that in your presence? That I never heard from my father. They are the children to God. They are the children. So if you now make them misbehave, it's better for you to tie something in your neck and they throw you into the river so that you never exist. That you make people lost God through them. You make people turn back. People like me turn back from going to church through them. You know how many people, you know how many lives I will be able to save. But because I begin to turn that image, which you're supposed to be the one defending, by calming down. Okay, what's the religion you have? Once you don't know the time, there is time for everything and the season for every activities under the heaven. Because they say you are going to become king or become great in life, you believe it's every time you struggle, you will get there. The best people don't meet goodness at the first time. Failure comes before success. Failure comes before success. So if you don't see failure now, and you don't re-strategize, like Christians now see that you are the hope. Everybody now see that you are the next hope. So how do you want to gain? You don't want to fail once. You want to pass because you are always passing in this thing. That is the danger of being always pass all the time. Because those who fail, people like Tinubu now that know that there is failure. That is why they pass at times. That is why they can come out and tell their truth that they failed this time, but they can rewrite it and have I don't like deceiving myself. I don't like it. If people tell me the truth that I'm not going to give you that money, I'm not going to help you, it's better than the point that tell me that it will help me. This guy never mentioned anything, but I still like it. That those who have mentioned, giving me unnecessary hope, fake hope. That is how everybody have been doing. Obasanjo, Yaradua, all of them, they have been doing. And Goodluck Jonathan, which one of the best presidents? Even if you are talking about good person, so Obi good Goodluck Jonathan, Lonnie. Is Obi more better than Goodluck Jonathan? Goodluck Jonathan who would never made anything. He's so simple man that, in fact, I always pray for him because it's a ready-made man. You see the kind of wife he had. Very simple man. A woman that doesn't care. That, you know the kind of person he is. He doesn't care what you are looking. That is the kind of person, the caliber of person life wants now. The kind of person life wants now is person like Goodluck Jonathan that is so transparent. Not you that, and I've told you, the beauty of every leader now is to be transparent enough. What I can do in my room, I can still do it inside the vehicle. I can do it everywhere. And I say it everywhere. Don't let anybody blackmail you. As a pastor, when I started this program in January, I told you, don't allow yourself to be blackmailed, no matter what. Always say the truth. Even if they are going to kill you, they may not kill you, they may send you to jail for a long time. But when you come out, you become king again. But don't allow anybody to just take you under this so that I don't do that. Talk the truth, say the truth, and the truth will set you free. You want to be free? Do you want to be free? It's a problem for you, Obi and obedient, that you are using Christianity. Because if Nigeria is going to be great, I don't see anything like Christianity or Muslim again. I just see a peaceful land and a very, very tall building, just like London. And that is Lagos State for you. Lagos State look like better than even London. You see grass, you see green grass, and you know that when you enter this one, you see green, white, green. Green, white, green, which is transparency. So what you are now doing is that you are using these people that have prayed for us to see the better time. You are using them against the people, their followers. Because so many people can hear that and live Christianity. And you remember they are the children of God. If you mislead people and you mislead them, they now mislead people, then you are going to suffer for what you've done. Obi, you are going to suffer for what you've done if you don't know. Because time tells the tales if you are going to be president or not. Wait for the time of God. Wait for God's time. That is why you're a Christian. Christian don't rush. I don't know where you see yourself that you want to. See the Donny? They don't have the president in it. When you want to be síbẹ̀. Jẹ́ k'Ọlọ́run dídì fọwọ́ ara ẹ̀ gbé ẹ síbẹ̀ táìpọ̀ gbàdúrà. If Baba Adeboye pray for you truly, you will get there by yourself. That's what I know. Nobody, you won't be able to be doing all these things. You'll be doing that. Come up with it doesn't make any sense to me. Besides, Baba Adeboye pray for everybody. If he pray for you, you have to wait for that time. Baba Adeboye pray for everybody. If he prays for you, you have to wait for that time. This season and the time that will come. It says, arise and shine, and for light has come. That is Isaiah maybe 60, right? Then the glory of the Lord shall shine upon you. See the great this thing, and the people will come to you and they will pay all this to you. He said, it will happen. You see the last verse. It will happen in its own time. Don't force the time. If you force the time, you may never get there again. Because it's like you are jumping a train station that you want to enter train. When a police arrests you, you will be delayed. You'll be put into the prison. After leaving the prison, you won't be able to be a king or to be president again. I'm just giving a parable. I don't pray that you should go to prison. But if you are a good Christian, why can't you wait? Waiting is not a dulling moment. Enjoy yourself. Go to this. Let everybody know you as Obi. Free out, go out. You don't want to make popularity. That's what you want to make. You have money already. Somebody tell me, what is Tinubu having there? Money? Tinubu may have destroyed a lot of things that need to be changed. There are some people, it's against the law that they die without repentance. And the repentance will come to them. So if he get yes, I don't say he has anything to do. I don't say it's my beloved this thing. But I've told you in my program that 3 things you should be able to first know in your life as a leader. And I thank God for people like Zazu, Femi, Kuti, Yeni, Kuti, all the Yoruba artists, they will never follow Obi because they were naturally intelligent, emotional IQ, natural intelligence of Obas, of the king, endowed from heaven is them. They don't just like people. They like people by their fruit we shall know them. So why is it 2 politicians fighting? Why are you fighting for Abuja? Is it because of the money? Oh, you will spend that money. At the end of the day, now we have come unto you. Those we love and respect. Now make us to our face. You will spend that money. Let me give you one story. When I want to travel to Europe, that was 15 years ago. Some of my friends were in the church. We are like 4. I'm the leader of the band. And one in CAC, you know how the CAC, Ẹgbọ́ Olúwa, our boys go and be, man, in the one our play in the church. But when you play in Wadun, I lead the music. I play the kind of obey music that everybody, and the pastor lay hand on me that you go, you do this thing. And you will travel, you do exploit, you do this thing. In 2 years, 3 of those people, they went to America, London. It remained only me. I look at God. God, why is it only me? We are 4 now. We went there. I'm the leader. Why is the leader less? The other people that play, like guitarists, like Onigogo, like everybody, one follow King Sunny Ade. The other one follow me. They come, they lost their way here, and they don't come back home. They run away. If I mention their name, you know them. If Baba, they can know them. But this is why I'm saying this, because God is so wonderful. And I hear that voice, that patient, calm down. What do you need? I say, God, this is the place you have been showing me where I will live, which is this area. I will live in Europe. I will live in this thing. You have been showing me this vision, revelation for a long time. Why is it? I say, calm down. Calm down. Olóbi sọ wípé ẹ má ṣe jẹ́ kí ọkàn yín kó dàrú. Ẹ gbọ́ Ọlọ́run gbọ́, ẹ gbà mí gbọ́ pẹ̀lú. Nílé bàbá mi, ọ̀pọ̀ ibùgbé ló wà níbẹ̀. Ìbá má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, èmi kì bá ti sọ fún yín. You don't understand what I'm saying. But say fast, don't let your mind be afraid or be gomanic. It's in the Bible, it's in your Bible. You know, we put all those Bible. And that is what he led to me then. So I now waited. I waited. All those my friends, they will come home. And meanwhile, while I was waiting, they are coming home. The Umbuga, let me see you. Umbuga me once you be. But I never see them. I never envy them. I went to them. We go out at times to also rock, to drink, to do all those things. I never envy them. I never even see them that they did this thing. The next thing I did is just to get married, produce children, and I married. Now what I'm saying is that all of them are going over 15 years. If I mention their name, I don't want to, it's like I'm rubbishing them. I don't want to bring them on this channel. You know what? Because I want to make a lesson for you. Maybe you can learn from my message. So, at the end of that 15 years, when I got here, one of them was able to come back home to Africa over that time. He told me how the worst experience he had in Europe. I said, with this harsh weather, oh my God, where I'm enjoying myself through all the club in Africa, And I was thinking that, hey, I'm supposed to be in Europe. I'm supposed to be, I'm supposed to be in the UK. But my problem was that I believe the guy is okay. And the guy just had his first son last year. Whereas I've stopped giving birth. I've already done with production of children and everything. What remains for me is the production of people. Helping people are helping, developing people are helping them. So God knows the time you tarry, the time you wait, obedient and obey, and you obey, I will obey. You trust and obey. There is no other way. You are just calling yourself a Christian. When you are a Christian, you don't go online and abuse people. What you said to this mirror come back to you. What I'm telling you come back to me. I trust and obey. If I'm abusing you, I'm calling you, I'm swearing for you, it come back to me because this is a mirror. This where this thing, if you told me to law, where water goes, where water comes from is where it goes to. So you don't just go online and abusing people as a Christian. Portray the knowledge of God. Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. And be patient. Even if everybody get there, your hope is for everybody to be right. By developing others, you are developing self. By developing you now, I'm developing myself. But that is I'm counting my blessing. And I look at all of those my friends, no one of them better than me now in everything. The kind of environment I'm living, the kind of life. If I show you one of them had a car here, he came here to come and park the car in my house. Because you don't force God. I didn't be like, come that time, I might lost my life or lost my way. The God you follow, the God of winner, the God that always follow winner is in process. You don't start a film like a giant and end like a giant. That doesn't make your story to be beautiful and make people to watch your film. You make that film superb and very sensational by making it look suspicious. All what is happening in Nigeria is suspicious. You can't tell. If Tinubu is not going to work, but I know a pass given to somebody, it will be a score to somebody. I don't just like people. I don't just like the idea. The fact that I love him, I like him for what he is a penetration to something that we need as a Christian too. If you are praying, it doesn't mean that ẹni rẹ ló máa wá ṣe ẹ́ lóore o. Ò ń gbàdúrà fóore. Wà á expect kẹ́ni rẹ wá ṣe ẹ́ lóore. Wà á rí wèrè, ó pe wèrè ní wèrè. You see a madman, you call him mad, that cannot help you. Oh wow. Gbogbo ayé tọlọ́run ni, gbogbo ohun tó wà níbẹ̀ tọlọ́run ni. All what is on the earth, on this earthly being, on the whole world is for God. Even the world people is for God. The worst people on the earth is for God. They had the time, Saul, who later became Paul in the Bible. You know how many people Paul were able to save? More than Jesus Christ. More than Jesus Christ. So who are you to say Obi is your Messiah? Who is your Messiah if God is not your Messiah? Then you are not a good Christian. You are more infidel, more than Christian. You are more unbeliever. That's what I'm trying to say. You are more believer more than Christian if you don't believe in process, in the way God does things. God doesn't look the way you look, doesn't see the mind and fend into these people's mind the way you fend to their mind. So if what you are believing is Obi, they take our mandate. Since you have been having a good mandate all over the world, which play do you have better? Which play might have better for you? Because you are always about yourself. You don't like developing others. By developing others, you should know there is a time to waste. There is a time to wait. There is a time to waste. There is a time you tarry. And there is a time for failure. So it makes you learn and it makes you live longer. If there is no failure, a plane will not fly and come back to this thing because it will have to run until it crash. But ability to go down, to go up and to go down, make a plane live longer than a human being. If a plane can go up and along and out of free, then we just go and crash in one, and you will not see a plane or aircraft again. But ability to go down, to come and and to go all over the universe, to land in in anywhere, then that's what make a plane a plane. Humble yourself, man. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. If you continue to humble yourself, God will elevate you. You are not going to elevate yourself. I don't see Tinubu as a somebody bad person the way you see him. The picture everybody paint is because he's a rich man. The picture you paid to me about Babo Yedepo and Adeboye before I become a Christian, before I later go back to Christian, you know, I nearly lost my life without becoming born again. The picture you paint about the people. That they were literally, they were this thing, they were this thing. And I begin to believe your lies without evidence to prove it. But when I test God, I'm talking to you as one of the people they make along the street. Papa, they never know me. They never know who I am. But if you obedient or no be, make people trespass against the Lord, and you make the kingdom, you make what make Nigeria to become Nigeria, not to exist again, which is Christianity, our faith tabernacle. You make it go down, then you are going to go down. Oh. You are going to go down, and you will never be able to resuscitate, because nobody will use anything for politics. I told you yesterday now that God don't deal with politics and game and lotto. No matter how you pray, it's just about your luck. And if you are winning lottos, you are winning all these things. It's some characters, some bad demon that is giving you that luck. There's nothing like luck with God. There's nothing like luck. Because God fed into the spirit. Understand people. Know what you want. Then train you with failure, with resilience, with ability to patient, to wait before he can give you what he's going to give you. God don't just give you anything. So all those are my friends now, they looking at me because when I was singing, Tani mọ̀lá o kó wa wí kó sẹ́ni tó mọ̀jọ́ ọ̀la, ẹ̀yin tèmi tó fẹ́ lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà, ẹ̀yin tèmi tó fẹ́ lọ sí London, I now mention their name. Kìíní kan ti lọ, ẹ jùlù bẹ́ńbẹ́ kí n ka ẹwẹ́ tó wá gbé jùlù bẹ́ńbẹ́ kó ló ń gbà yẹn. I was the first one that first used jùlù bẹ́ńbẹ́. But I don't go out. My music didn't go out. But what make me give me rest of mind, because it give me food and give me better house to live. And I don't look for cheap popularity that I want to famous over nothing. Because if you are famous, you will not have rest of mind. You will not have, you may lose God. I may not know God like this. If I had been famous, everybody know me like all those people. But I left the church. I go away from the people for so many years. And later, when it remained 2 years to leave Nigeria before COVID-19, God told me there will be a shutdown in Saudi. Go and look at my Facebook then. Shut down in Saudi before I will come to Europe. And I tell people that Saudi will shut down. And so many of my friends laugh. So many of the honorables in my area laughed when I mentioned that when I was doing one of my... Because God, I myself don't believe. So when I'm saying this, I'm doing this program for progeny, so that after 10 years, when I don't do it again, people can come and do references that this thing happens also time, and these guys say we should believe in this thing. Because it is easier for you to campaign for your future than to campaign for now. Alex Bandura talk about self-fulfilling prophecy. This is the time for revelation. And what Alex Bandura said in 1977 is now happening now. Because people who believe. When MKO said he wanted to become president, he later become president. 2 years ago, I was telling you, Yoruba will rise up. They don't need Sunday Igboho to rise up. Did they need Sunday Igboho now? It's only, you see the rightness that want to come. You rise up that, in our own village, in our own family, that's how you are losing it. Because you are so academic, you are so educated, you are so self-esteem. You don't humble to God to learn from God again. So what you are losing, what you don't take care is taking care of you. The ritualists that are just coming in from other side, most of them are ritualists. They give you first money, which they have say something into. Then you begin to take the money and you begin to drink beer with them. Before you know it, they have already rent your land. They have already take over your land. Go to all Mushin area, go to everywhere. That is how so many strangers collected their land. Those people, you will believe that they are Christian, but they are ritualists. They were not Christian. They were ritualists. We know them. You know, king were not learned. No king is learning you were not trained in the educational this thing. They were trained by God to know the ritualists. The ritualists are the people that don't follow the principle of God. People that don't follow the principle of God to get what they want. Abraham takes so many years before he get the land. God said, if you believe, you will get that land I promise you. Those people, it's not about they believe. It's about they do the ritual for you. They borrow you the first money. You keep going to them to borrow, to borrow. That is how they get all those land you see. Most of them are cultists. I'm telling you honestly, cultists. All of them, they are full in VI. They cannot allow Tinubu to live better again. And they were your pastor. They were people you see in the club. They go to drink, all those things. And you call them Christian. I'm telling you, this is the time for revelation. But don't rubbish my pastor, because they were not ritualists. They were the people God is using. There is bad eggs, there is eggs. So I know time will tell those who are truly born again Christian and those who are not. Because everybody believes that if you see somebody wearing suit, ties, all those things, you have seen a born again Christian. But God is telling you today, that is not how to know a born again Christian. But don't rubbish the work of people that have grown in faith. Because they pray for somebody doesn't mean that they want what is wrong. No, Baba Adeboye will never want anything against Yoruba land. We never want any good thing against Yoruba land. Because I've told you, the richest state, do you know the richest state in the whole of Nigeria? It's not Lagos State. It's not even Abeokuta. The richest state is Osun State. Go and do your research. The richest state in the whole Nigeria is Osun State. You will know later, not now. I was just telling you what is realistic and what you're going to find out. It's not what people say. So many people sold their land to Igbos, to Fulanis in that area. But later, if your care is not taken and the law we are not making to get it right, you will always get it wrong and you will lose your progeny. Don't let our children curse you. And obedient and obey, don't go against Christianity by persuading Christianity in the church. God don't do politics. God don't involve in politics. Game, lotto. I've told you yesterday, if you are playing lotto, just your luck. It's just your luck. And God don't deal with anything luck. Have you ever heard that it's lucky? It's lucky. Even the two children, this guy Esau and his brother Jacob, no one is lucky. It's because of the attitude the God seen in two of them that made him like Jacob. What did Jacob have? He had the resilience, ability to fail and to do it again and again and again. So if you don't have resilience, you just get it wrong one time and you want to make all the people, you want to polarize Nigeria by religion, the Christianity that we made, the Christianity that we allow, we welcome them. We welcome them because we are the nature of Christianity before. We are hospitable. We are all those things. So if you now welcome them now, and it looks like we are not doing the right thing. So you stranger now come because most of the strangers you see, they were ritualists. They were not really Christian. Honestly, I'm telling you honestly. And you'll find out later in the future that most of them are ritualists. They were not good Christians because they went somewhere to get their power. But we in Osun State know that. Osun State is the richest state in the all of the Nigeria. Osun State is the richest state, and it's the part of Oyo State that is rich in knowledge and in education and in everything. That is why you never see anybody from Osun State. Even the ordinary water in Osun State is money. Some people know what I'm talking about. I don't want to talk too much. But don't believe that because where you are, because you don't appreciate who you are, that is why you are still who you are. Honestly. Because you don't appreciate where you are, you can never see the beautitude of God. You can never see the goodness of God by not appreciating your children, your wife, your husband, and you are still looking outside boss for something that is not existing. You are still looking for somebody that God say, wait, it's not time for that person. You want this thing, you want to throw away this one for another one. Because you don't appreciate, you cannot negotiate very well. You are so greedy, you are so covetous. You like flashy things. You like big cars. You like big people. You are just confessing negative to yourself. You see, there's nothing like luck to Jesus Christ, my Lord. Those who cry today, they will come back and laugh. Those who cry today, they will come back and laugh with happiness. Those who sow with tears shall come back with happiness. That's what Jesus Christ said. What I am gaining as a Christian today, I don't gain it by not listening and trusting and obey. Trust and obey. And it takes time. It takes time. It's a process of whether you gain or you die. But you have to gain. So what I'm telling you is that the theory of developing self and other is about don't let what you have, what you believe, that religion, that they say people are rubbishing religion now, that see your father, Baba Depo. How come? You should be able to use your brain. Have you ever been to redemption camp and see lights just went down? They able to produce light for themselves. If Nigeria rule you for 10 years or for 8 years, I mean Yoruba, if a Yoruba man rule you for 8 years, especially from Osun State, and you don't see that light in that Nigeria, that means not a Yoruba man. I'm telling you. Because you don't know the capacity. I've told you, what God gives to everybody is different. The grace in you may be the grace for darkness. The grace in some people is that no matter what, there are some people they are made to wear white. They are light. They are electricity themselves. Wherever they get to, there should be light there. So we have come with that light to tell you that don't rubbish the pastor. Don't rubbish Baba Oyedepo. Don't rubbish Baba Deboye because of your ridiculous election, very ridiculous election that you are doing. It's very ridiculous, we know. But that doesn't mean that you are special or you have the grace of God more than anybody. I love Tinubu. The day God said I should like him. And I like him like my son, like Omomi, be Omomi. That is how I look at Tinubu. That is why whenever you go against him, I look like, no. But I begin to create love for him. And mind you, nobody I created love for that you will not see good thing. I'm not saying this because God will tell you, follow this one. This is a nice one. Whether it's herbalist, whether it's Babalawo, I don't want to know because God is so omnipotent and merciful. So you cannot say because you are a Christian, you are thinking like this. Somebody that you say a Muslim cannot become Christian. It's a damage when you cannot weaponize love to gain most Muslim to Christianity. MC Oluomo, you are saying one day we go to redeem winners one day. You will see in that Nigeria. Because you are just labeling people bad names. Do you know how they are going to end their life? You that are talking, you know how bad, how crooked you are in your way. If I begin to mention the names of people I know that it's even Yahoo boy more than all this Tinubu, you will look at, so Nigeria is so like this. When I was growing up, I knew people. When I just bought car then, and come and do this. I say, oh, old me. At this age, I should be doing what I didn't know. I grew up in Mushin area without knowing all those stuff. Without knowing, I grew up where drug, we are pile up and everything. I don't know anything about drug. So at this age, you want me to do drug? No. I remain about God's time. I wish God is now giving me that money, giving me that time, giving me that patience to stay. Give me that energy and sustainability for my word whenever I say it's going to come to pass, because it's God, not me. Because I don't just say things, I don't have my own. I've said I have no power of my own. I don't have any plan of my own. I believe in the plan of God. I believe in the message of God. And whenever He gives to me, it's what I do. He says, oh, it's where He take us to, it's where we go. Trust and obey. There is no other way to be happy in Jesus than to trust and obey. How do you make Nigeria better if you make it, if you rubbish it now? How do you want to become a president if you have turned everything down and it's like Yoruba go on their own way, Hausa go on their own way? Then I pray for the restructure, because that's one thing I believe if Tinubu can do, it's okay. I pray for the. You can just be praying for that one. If you have restructure, there will be can be anything you want to be in Anambra enjoying himself. You don't need anything from anybody. Yoruba will be on their own. Everybody will bring to the table of the national. So what are you talking about? They are supposed to be a restructure. They are supposed to be a new Nigeria. And I'm seeing that Yoruba enter anywhere without visa. So how that will be possible if you are still dragging? You are still dragging. You are still dragging. What you need is your hand, your handshake, and your fingerprint to get anywhere. So why do you need all this blah blah blue? You don't need it. I'm telling you honestly, we are just being playful. I'm telling you anything. You need God to be good. You need God, real God. It's not about you. You have been so self-esteem, selfish, out thinking about yourself alone, thinking about your you have been so tribalistic, thinking about I'm Igbo, I'm this thing, I'm the Paul, I'm for Apostle, I'm for Apollos, can never get you anywhere in the Bible. It takes time until you begin to believe in God's existence. Who are you to say that God cannot fetch into this people's mind and use them for the purpose of you? God can use people for the purpose of you. He can change people's same and put the same, your memory into them. So don't think that because Obi is not there, are you a budget? That what you said reflected back to you. Reflect back to you. That's the law of reflection and law of attraction. What you are saying to yourself on the phone, what you are saying to people that I want to buy Nigeria leader, it cannot be well for who said that because he doesn't believe in the ability of God to change things. Nigeria belongs to God. Nigeria belongs to the people that know God. So don't rubbish my pastors. Don't rubbish all this man of God. Because if you allow anybody to leave their church because of politics, you will end up in the river. You will end your life hopelessly. Because these are the people that God has made to make so many people. So because of your politics, your agenda, your political agenda, you want to destroy the heaven agenda, then God will destroy you. So be patient. Please listen. You know, I've said this after the election that Obi should be patient. Because what goes around comes around. But when I told you later, I said Obi will never be president again. Because you want to use God and you want to use your own terminology to stop God's terminology. God is so bigger than you. It's so bigger than what you are thinking. And let me tell you, I've told you the gods, the father, all the kings in Nigeria, in Yoruba land have already risen and voiced out that what they need is for Yoruba to rise up. And they want Yoruba to take the king, to be the one anchoring Nigeria. Because by Nigeria, by Yoruba becoming good, Ajishebi Oyola now. You think we'll be behaving like you, we'll be behaving like Europe? We'll be better in our own way. God will bless you in your own way. God will bless you in your own way. God will bless you in your own way. You don't need to be blessed by somebody's way. You don't need to be like Dangote or Tedola. God will bless you in your own way. And if he bless you your own way, you'll be happy that being like somebody who you don't know what he is passing through. So thank you. My name's still Mina Folabi Olaoluwa DME. I will be going out now, but when I come back, we still have another program. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. God bless.